Today's list is straight fire. Time loops, creepy war zones, Shakespearean drama, and end-of-the-world madness. Whatever mood you're in, we've got you covered. Grab your popcorn. These 10 movies, total binge material. Let's dive in.
After today, our lives will never be the same.
If you're all about survival stories with real emotional grit, Homestead is one you don't want to miss. After a nuclear blast wipes out LA, this ex-Green Beret, Jeff Erickson, hauls his family off to a mountain hideout. But it's not exactly a cozy cabin retreat. It's more like a hardcore prepper zone with some seriously sketchy vibes. As things heat up, the movie dives into what it really means to protect your family, who you can trust, and how to stay human when everything around you's falling apart. It's part edge-of-your-seat thriller, part emotional gut punch, and totally packed with end-of-the-world energy.
Yeah, hence.
If you like your medieval tales with a side of trippy fantasy, The Green Knight is gonna be your jam. Dev Patel plays Sir Gawain, King Arthur's wild nephew, who heads off on a strange, dangerous quest to face this creepy, otherworldly Green Knight. But it's way more than just knights and sword fights. It's all about honor, courage, and figuring out who you really are. The visuals? Straight up haunting. The vibe? Dreamlike and weird in the best way. If you're into stories that mess with your head while still delivering epic moments, this one's a total ride.
You're a guy with a gun. With a knife, you run away. So you charge with a gun?
The Irishman is Scorsese doing what he does best, mob life, but make it deep and emotional. Robert De Niro plays Frank Sheeran, a war vet who slides into the Mafia world and ends up as a hitman. Along the way, he gets tight with union boss Jimmy Hoffa, played by Al Pacino, and things get messy. It's not all shootouts and slick suits. This one's slow, heavy, and really dives into guilt, loyalty, and the weight of a lifetime of choices. With legends like Joe Pesci and Pacino in top form, this is more than a mob movie. It's a full-on reflection of a man haunted by his past.
If I were free, I'd fight for what was mine. I'd fight for my people.
Ever think about what really happened after the Odyssey ended? The Return picks up that story with Odysseus, played by Ralph Fiennes, finally making it back home after 20 years of war and wandering. But this ain't a hero's welcome. He's older, worn out, and the world he left behind isn't the same. Neither is he. This one's all about identity, memory, and trying to fit back into a life that moved on without you. It's a slow burn for sure, but it hits deep if you're into myth with some emotional weight. Plus, the performances are top tier and the mood, quiet, heavy, and powerful. If you think you've seen every World War II movie, Overlord is about to flip the script. A group of American soldiers drops into Nazi-occupied France on the eve of D-Day. But instead of just fighting the enemy, they stumble onto some next-level nightmare fuel. Experiments gone wrong, monsters, and a whole lot of creepy sci-fi horror. It starts off feeling like Saving Private Ryan, but then dives headfirst into Resident Evil territory. It's gritty, gory, and surprisingly fun. If you like your war flicks with a horror twist, this one's an insane ride you won't forget.
Someone's been the busiest little beaver.
Picture Groundhog Day, but with John Wick vibes. That's boss level. Frank Grillo plays a retired soldier stuck in a crazy time loop, waking up every day to a new group of assassins trying to take him out. The catch? Every loop makes him smarter, tougher, and closer to figuring out who's pulling the strings. With slick action, dark humor, and a video game-like pace, it's an absolute thrill ride from start to finish. If you're all about high-energy action mixed with some sci-fi twists and laughs, this one's a perfect fit.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way.
The Tragedy of Macbeth is pure mood, and it hits deep. Directed by Joel Cohen, this version of Macbeth is dark, eerie, and totally captivating. Denzel Washington plays the doomed Scottish lord, and man, he nails it. The story's classic Shakespeare, but stripped down to focus on power, madness, and fate. The black and white visuals? Seriously haunting. Every shadow and silence feels intense. Frances McDormand is also so good as Lady Macbeth. Even if Shakespeare's not your thing, the atmosphere alone makes this one worth watching. It's like a nightmare unfolding on screen.
All hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter.
If you're into more action and raw energy, Macbeth 2015 takes the classic story to a whole new level. Michael Fassbender totally crushes it as Macbeth, the warrior whose ambition sends him spiraling after a creepy prophecy. This version cranks up the war and violence set against epic Scottish landscapes that make everything feel huge and intense. The performances? Next level. It's brutal, visually stunning, and has a gritty edge that makes the whole story feel fresh and wild. If you like Shakespeare but want more chaos and blood, this one's your jam. Surrounded gives the Western genre a serious twist, and Letitia Wright absolutely owns it. She plays Mo Washington, a former Buffalo soldier heading out west to claim a gold mine. But things get real messy, real quick. Instead of just chasing gold, she's fighting off outlaws and holding a dangerous prisoner captive. It's tense, gritty, and packed with those classic standoffs. But this movie isn't just about shootouts. It's about survival, identity, and what it means to fight for something bigger. If you're into Westerns but want a fresh perspective, this one's a must-watch. Dominique hits the ground running with chaos from the start. This trained assassin crashes into a corrupt Colombian town, just trying to lay low, but trouble's got other plans. She's hunted by both cops and criminals and ends up having to protect the family that took her in. It's got that John Wick vibe, tons of action, but also some serious heart. The movie's not perfect, but if you're into thrillers that keep you on edge, with a tough lead and a bit of international flair, this one's definitely worth a watch. Action-packed with a solid emotional punch. That's a wrap, fam. From apocalypse survival to Shakespearean chaos to Nazi zombies, you've got options. Drop a comment with your pick for tonight, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. This is Blok, signing off. Peace.